Joining us now are Aditi and Katie, and we're going to be talking about their brand called Say Ghee. Welcome to the show. How are you two?
Good. Thank you for having us on.
So you said that you met in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay. Pittsburgh is such a lovely city. Beautiful museums. The Andy Warhol Museum is there. All the beautiful yellow bridges with the locks, right? So you meet, and all of a sudden you decided that you were going to be friends forever.
Pretty much, yeah. We met freshman year, and here we are.
And here you are. What were you studying back then in college?
So we were both studying finance. We were in the business school together, and that's kind of what drew us together initially. We were in all of our classes, and we always talked about moving to New York City together, working our big finance jobs, and getting an apartment, and kind of living our best lives. And we made it happen.
There you go. And then you started a brand.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about your baby. Tell us about Ghee.
Yeah, absolutely. So we lived in the city in our apartment together, and we were dealing with so many stomach issues, as I'm sure everyone has dealt with in some point in their lives. And we were cooking using like spray oils or zero-calorie alternatives that we thought were healthy, but were actually having a myriad of impacts on our gut and skin and overall well-being. So we started instituting ghee into our diet, and just kind of saw this hole in the market where not all of our family and friends knew about ghee or were cooking with it, and knew about the benefits that it can have outside of just the flavor and the impacts on your gut.
So speaking of college roommates, my son's college roommate, he's Indian, of Indian descent. So when he came home this summer, he says, "Oh, there's ghee. We have ghee." And I was like, "Yeah, because I know what that is, because Adant always cooks with it, right?" So talk about the ancient tradition about ghee.
Yeah, I'm happy to. So I grew up using ghee all the time. My mom cooked with it. So I kind of always thought it was just something that really tasted good. We put it in our curries. It was the base of all of our cooking. You can use it for like cooking your vegetables, or we just like put it on top of our rice to just give it a little bit more flavor. At that point, I didn't know all of the health benefits that really came with ghee. So when Katie and I both started our like hectic on-the-go lifestyles in New York, and we're both struggling with stomach issues, my mom kind of urged us both to start using ghee instead of these spray cooking oils. So as we made this transition of cutting out processed foods, getting whole foods, using organic produce, we were like, okay, we should also think about what we're cooking our food in.
Absolutely.
So we came back to ghee, and that's when I realized, it tastes really good, but also has a lot of health benefits. It's lactose-free. It's casein-free, so casein's this protein that's really hard to digest in butter, has inflammatory effects. It's full of butyrate, which is really gut-friendly, great for digestion, and it's shelf-stable.
Okay.
So it lasts on your countertop for up to a year. And then I think one of the best parts is it has a really high smoke point. So typically oils and butters will start to burn at like a 380, where ghee can go up to 480 degrees. So if you're cooking like meats or veggies at a really high temperature, it's not going to release any chemicals or have like that burnt and smoky flavor that you can get sometimes.
Okay, so if you were doing a stir fry, right, and you need that heat, this is like the perfect way to create something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because it's more, it sustains a higher temperature, just makes the food like sear in the juice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's also good, I think, like as a complete substitute. Like if you like movies and you like popcorn and you want to have a little indulgent snack when you're, streaming something, right? Little ghee, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Right? When you decided to create this brand, what were some of the steps that you took to ensure, you're talking about you have this finance background, right? What were some good business decisions? What did you kind of collaborate together on to say, we can do this and this is how we're going to structure it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. About a year ago is when we first officially got the company together. We decided we're actually going to move forward and do this. And I think the best decision that we made was to do a soft launch period with just our family and friends at the end of 2024, get some feedback on the product, on the brand, how it tasted, and pivot that accordingly at the beginning of 2025 when we started getting into some independent retailers and expanding our social media presence. We were really confident then about the product, the branding, the label, and making sure we told the story of ghee and say ghee accurately.
And one other great business decision you made was to kind of be a disruptor, right? So tell me about that journey for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we were using ghee in our own cooking and trying to gift it to family and friends, we had such a hard time finding a ghee brand readily available on shelves that we resonated with. And for example, if you look at the olive oil aisle, there's 100 different brands that are all different in one specific way, and consumers can find the brand that they resonate most with. So we wanted to kind of put that spin on the ghee aisle and create a modern brand with bold packaging and bold flavors so you can gift it to family and friends for Mother's Day or Christmas, anything like that. But something you're also proud to display on your shelf.
Flavor profile, right? Yours, how it tasted, right?
Yeah.
So now you have 2 flavors. Okay. And how did you come up with that? What made you decide that garlic was the way to go?
Yeah, so we started with just our original flavor. It's just pure organic ghee. And then we had a whole list of flavors that we threw around. Garlic seemed to be the one that was the most versatile. You can literally use it for anything. You said stir fry, like imagine your stir fry with a little bit of garlic ghee, just is so much more flavorful. To even just like putting it on your toast, your avocado toast immediately just tastes so much better.
Okay.
We threw around some like sweet flavors. We were talking about like a vanilla cinnamon. And those are still, I think, maybe in progress, but we just felt like garlic had a lot more uses. And I don't know, who doesn't love garlic?
Now, I was also surprised too, and I was going to read about this, about gut health and your hormone balance, right? That it's easier to digest.
Yeah.
Now, how did you learn that? Did you do some research on it, and that's how you were able to come up with the benefits?
Yeah, I would say as we kind of started this whole journey of cooking better, it was also like a big lifestyle change for us. From college, our environment and the way we were living our life was very different to how we were as adults. So as we made that whole shift, we started to do a lot of research, not only in what we were eating, but our physical activity, our environment and everything. So Ayurveda was a big part of that, something that I grew up learning about from my mom and grandma. Ayurveda is the ancient Indian science of like natural and holistic remedies, and ghee comes from that.
Thank you for being here. What would one thing be that you would like the consumer to know? Like why should they try your ghee over a different brand?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think there's a lot of things we want our consumers to know. The main thing that we are focused on right now is just education on what is ghee.
Okay.
Whenever we do these pop-ups or live sampling or markets, the first question we ask people is, do you know what ghee is? And typically people are like, yeah, we used a recipe once that called for it. But I think there is a broader education or awareness that's needed to kind of get it through that ghee is a 1-to-1 substitute for butters and cooking oils in your day-to-day
Measured
recipes.
the same way, 1-to-1.
Yeah, exactly. So I think having it become more of a pantry staple in America's kitchen rather than this like niche cooking ingredient is our mission and goal, to show people how to do that. So we do that through social media. We're posting recipes. We actually just made a whole recipe page on our website to give people a little bit of inspiration on how to use it. So that's the main thing, is kind of demystifying ghee. It's not just used in South Asian cooking. It can be used from every cuisine to every type of breakfast, dinner, lunch, dessert type of ideas too.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's a lovely product, and you're
Thank you.
absolutely right. It's packaged nicely. It's got a nice aesthetic to it. And as we know, sometimes it snows in New York. So sometimes it's nice to know that we don't have to run out and get something because we have it right there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us, Aditi and Katie. I thank you so much. Congratulations on your entrepreneurship, your spirit, and more importantly, your friendship. Right? It's nice to have a lifelong friend that you can have a business with. Thank you so
Definitely.
much. Stay tuned for more. We've been living it up, and all I have to say is, say ghee.
Something beautiful right now, I feel, is much bigger than the project that we've created. It's about really using art as a medicine to attempt to heal a sick culture that I think all of us have been feeling. And it can be a little bit uncomfortable, but there's something really beautiful in that too. And with the project and how it fits into my career, it's always been about reclaiming, reinventing, but I feel that this is something different because it really feels like it's more embracing than trying to distance myself from anything or anyone or any part of myself. It's actually about embracing those different eras. And so it's really unique, I think, in my career and all the phases, because it's not about dividing or it's not about doing something different, but it's actually about unifying and bringing them all together. For me, this was just kind of an idea that was really inspired by the music. And as I'm writing and as I'm coming up with these lyrics, or we're working on sonics or even piano parts, it's being able to kind of see what that sounds like, if that makes sense. And with Sean Everett, that was someone that he is truly a master at that. I can show him this gown and he knows exactly what it sounds like. And not everybody speaks about music that way because it can be very mathematical, letters and numbers, and he's not that kind of producer. It's really about what do things make you feel and what do they sound like in a vision.
Our next guest is the founder of Pure Light Botanical Beauty. Stay tuned. Joining us now is Caitlin with Pure Light Botanical Beauty. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
So Caitlin, I want to have you tell us about Pure Light Botanical Beauty, how it came to be, and what inspired you to start your own cosmetics company.
Yeah, so it was actually a childhood dream. I was inspired by the history of fashion and makeup. I spent time reading books and researching the ancient ways of formulating. And as a child, I did tragically lose my younger sister, Samantha. But I had stuck to the vision that I had discussed with her when we spoke of our dreams. And as a teenager, I was overcoming grief. I actually developed eczema. So I was on a journey to heal, reclaiming my health physically, mentally, and even spiritually. In my early 20s, I spent my time formulating in my kitchen, trying to navigate the challenges of balancing forging my own path and taking care of my son. It was through deep healing and self-discovery I began creating my line of cosmetics, and I always knew that I wanted to create a business from it, something that would nourish, protect, and empower others.
What makes your products different from what's already on the market?
We formulate with purpose, so each ingredient is selected with intention and is truly designed to help nourish the skin, while still offering a luxurious feel. Our nourishing lipstick, Petal Perfect lip oil, and botanical creme blush are all eco-conscious. They're made from ethically sourced ingredients. And we even omit using water to help preserve Earth, one of Earth's most precious resources.
Your brand seems to go beyond cosmetics. And what is the deeper mission behind Pure Light?
Yeah, so all of our products are rooted in wellness and restoration, and Pure Light truly exists to help women feel whole. I've developed some courses, and I help guide women to help discover their inner beauty, to build confidence and magnetism. I even offer the eczema consulting, so that truly helps them to heal from within. I also have a mission to create a lab and to provide jobs, trauma-informed leadership, and on-site childcare so that women do not have to choose between parenting and purpose.
How do you balance being a young woman, an entrepreneur, a mom, and someone that's committed to guiding others?
Energy management, and it's really not easy. I will never pretend that it is, but I'm just so committed to my purpose, and I know that by showing up, I'm showing up for my son, I'm showing other women what is possible, and I'm just committed to helping others in the way that I help myself.
And you've mentioned a desire to mentor women and support single moms and survivors, and can you share more about that?
Yeah, so again, just trying to build the lab and connect women who may need more economic opportunity, as well as the trauma-informed support, and really just teaching them, besides teaching them the high-level skills that's required for cosmetic manufacturing and our operations, I'm also building self-esteem, building confidence. Like, that's what true leadership really is, so.
And where can people find your products and learn more about your mission?
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram, Pure Light Botanical Beauty, Radiate Pure Light. We're also, you can find our website is purelightbotanicalbeauty.com, and we're open to exploring retail partnerships and connecting with spas. And then I've also just started a YouTube channel where I will go deeper into my story and using my power of storytelling to really help build confidence and instill healing in women.
Caitlin, thank you. And talking about empowering women, I'd like to think that my mom, Judy, who's no longer here physically, sometimes sends me spiritual, beautiful messages. And when you walked in with this lovely bag with the flowers on it, and there's a yellow rose, and that's how she communicates to me, I wanted to tell you thank you. You also brought me a really nice sampling of your lovely products, right? So this is the sample of the packaging, which you said is what? Biodegradable,
It's
right?
biodegradable,
Lovely.
yes.
And a beautiful mirror with your fabulous logo.
Thank
right?
you.
I love this.
Yeah, I designed it all. I mean, it's all glass, it's refillable. So really, we actually reduced plastic waste by 77%.
Fabulous. And this color you said you specifically picked up for me.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'm a big fan of color analysis. So that's actually part of what I offer in my course Beauty Within as well. And so I really chose rose quartz just for you.
I love that. I really am so thankful that you came all the way across the country to join us here today. You know, I had mentioned to you in the green room too that I do have friends that have gone through many different things in their life. And I just wanted to sincerely tell you thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your bravery, because by you coming on and starting this brand, you're also empowering somebody in the audience that just wants the courage to do it. And because you have done it, now they can follow your lead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like, you know, I put so much heart and soul into this, and it just took so much time. Being 21 years old, starting a business, but I just knew that this was worth it, and that people really need the help. Not just my customers, but the people on the inside of the business. So.
And also you're a mom. And I'm sure that your son's going to grow up to be very proud of what you've accomplished. So
He actually helps us package our orders sometimes too.
there you go. I get my kids in a part of the business too.
Right.
Thank you so much. And I know that your name, Caitlin, means
Pure Light.
Pure Light.
It
There you
does.
go. Pure Light Botanical Beauty. Thank you for joining us. Wish you the happiest of journeys also. Thank you so very much. There you go. Please go to Caitlin's YouTube channel, learn more about her story, the things that have gotten her here so far, because she truly is an inspiration, and I think you could learn a lot from her and the knowledge and the wisdom that she has. And thank you for watching.
Yes. Thanks for investing in makeup that feels good for your skin and our planet.
Indeed. Thank you so much. Up next, it's perfect, naturally non-allergenic cat litter. Joining us now from Illinois is Agatha, and we're going to be talking about cat litter. Not just any cat litter. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. I am fascinated by what this cat litter is made from. It is made from what?
So it's made from sunflower hulls, just the hulls. So it's natural product, 100% natural ingredients. In the United States, each year they produce 1.5 million tons of waste of sunflower hulls.
Okay.
So we are using this domestic product to create a brand new cat litter.
So before, the holes would just be shoved off somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
Buried into the dirt or whatever.
I don't know exactly what they are
so
doing,
after
but-
the seed, right?
Yeah.
Just the hole that's left, just the shell.
Exactly.
Right? Is what you're making cat litter from.
Exactly, that's the idea, using something that is a waste for new product.
Now, how did you figure that out? How did you figure out that this would work?
So the journey took us a while, and the patented this formula. So we are working for at least 10 years to create the best natural cat litter that we can offer to everyone. Simple ingredients, effective product.
Now, why is it important to use a cat litter that is, I guess, a healthier alternative for your cat? Do cats get skin rashes and things like that, but this helps lessen that?
Yeah, a lot
Okay.
of cat parents knows that there is a problem with a cat does not want to use the litter. Most of the time is because something is not work for the cat. The skin irritation, I don't know, itchy, sneezing can cause our idea that cat has a problem with the litter. Our product is natural, it's a gray color, natural sunflower fragrance, so it helps to change the way how cat use the litter.
Nice. So the cat is more likely and more comfortable, so therefore it doesn't mind using the box.
Exactly.
Wow, that's really inventive. That's a clever solution for the cat. Now, you've been a cat mom before, right? Tell us about the cats that you've had in your journey, in your life.
So each pet is a different. So each cat needs an individual approach. But I know that cats always listen to the instinct.
Okay.
So that's why we are trying to find something that will be natural. Because cat doesn't really think about brands, advertising, what you can find on Google search. They want to have very environmental friendly products around.
Lovely.
And that's why we try to make it simple, natural, but effective.
Now, this type of bag, this amount, goes into a litter box. Like, I mean, how many changes can you get from one bag?
So this is 11 pounds bag,
Okay.
and it's for 1 cat litter box. So you can use it for approximate 6 weeks.
Okay.
So this one, the one that I brought today, is a quick clumping. So you can just take the used litter with the scoop and then just keep the litter box clean.
Beautiful. Really creative. Very, very lovely. And people can order it right directly from your website.
Correct.
Right? And so what has the response been from other cat parents?
So we always get the very good feedback. So because of its natural ingredients, the cat doesn't have a problem with switching the litter from the traditional one to natural one. So this is something that we really care about, that the cat accept our litter without any problem.
Wonderful. And so it's a local product, it's sustainable, it's eco-friendly, it's brilliant, and no cats have complained so far.
No.
So, and a happy cat in the house is like a happy cat parents, right?
Exactly.
I thank you very much. Thank you for your creativity. Thank you for bringing the science. And also, I also feel like when we're able to use products that are, like you said, from someone's trash to someone's treasure, right?
Correct.
This whole ecology, eco-friendliness of it just makes a world of difference.
Yeah, this is the product for everyone who really cares about the cat health and about the earth, because we are just using something that people are throwing away.
I love that. So Agata, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So if you are a cat parent, or if you're thinking about getting a cat, I think that this would be a wonderful product. Once again, it is naturally non-allergic, and it is cat litter, and it is perfect. Be well. Travel in style with our next guest. Joining us now is Jennifer, and we're going to be talking about her company, Bellini and Kors. Welcome to the show, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Donna.
So you decided you wanted to be a travel correspondent. You wanted to just enjoy the travels, you wanted to celebrate them, come up with the greatest places on earth to be. How did you come up with the concept of Bellini and Kors?
Yeah, so Bellini and Kors actually came about a few years ago. It was first purely a fashion account, specialized in designer fashion. But I've always, ever since I was young, been really interested and passionate about storytelling and travel hosting. So a couple years ago, I had the opportunity to visit both Europe and Asia, and I decided and found a way to really integrate my passion for fashion and traveling. So hence Bellini and Kors. And today, I specialize in really segmenting and highlighting under-the-radar gems. And I'm very proud to announce that I just finished a segment on historic hidden gems.
You did?
I did.
Okay,
yes.
fabulous. So historic hidden gems. So when somebody is watching your YouTube channel, they're able to kind of learn a little bit about something they had no idea about.
Correct.
Okay, how are you doing that research? How are you discovering those hidden gems?
Yeah, so a lot of that is really self-research. I might for example, go on the travelchannel.com and take a look at some of the clips from other travel hosts, but a lot of it is due to my interest in history.
Okay.
So a couple of the places that I've recently highlighted were the Notary Hotel and also the Mansion. And
Really?
these are hidden historic gems in Long Island and also Philly. So I'm very excited to talk to you about that.
Wonderful. So I know about the Mansion. So tell us about the Mansion first.
Yes, so
Okay.
let's go on a self-guided tour, if you will, or a mental trip to the Mansion at Glen Cove. So we're about an hour away from New York City, and just a little bit about the Mansion at Glen Cove. It's considered one of the beacons of Glen Cove. Imagine that you are situated next to the Long Island Sound, and if you are a fan of The Great Gatsby, this is definitely a place to visit, definitely a place to stay. So a little bit about the history. It was built in 1910. It was the former residence of the Pratts, Mr. and Mrs. Pratt. Mrs. Pratt, Ruth Baker Pratt, was the first Congresswoman of New York. And if you're a history buff, Donna, you might also be interested in knowing that it was the summer White House for President Herbert Hoover. So already we have a lot of history there. One other thing that might also interest your audience is that later on, the Mansion, formerly known as the Manor, actually became the Harrison House. And it was one of the first premier hotel conference centers that showcased and hosted for many different meetings for major Fortune 500 companies. And the Mansion today is very known for carrying on the legacy of that corporate event, and it's also a very popular wedding destination. I know that firsthand because of the Great Gatsby experience I've had there. But what most people don't know, or still don't know about the Mansion, is that it has a huge event space. Imagine yourself being there with 25,000 square feet of event space with hotel rooms, approximately 186 guest room and suites.
You're right, a lot of people do not realize
Right.
that. The other charming thing about it is that it kept a lot of the architectural details,
Yes.
Which makes you feel like you are somewhere very regal and very special.
Absolutely.
You know, and also when you enter the property, it's got that long, winding, beautiful road, which is tree lined, and it's just a fabulous place to be.
Absolutely.
So the Mansion, you highly recommend it?
I absolutely recommend it. If you can imagine being dressed to the nines and being a part of that Great Gatsby legacy, once you're there, you really do see that it is a literary inspiration in how the Great Gatsby came to be. So imagine yourself as Jay Gatsby for one day. That is definitely the place to be.
And do they have any fun events coming up that the public could attend?
Absolutely. So one of the major events coming up, and I actually recently learned about this too, now that we're gearing into fall season and the holiday season. So last year, the Mansion actually hosted their own version, Gold Coast, of Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting. And so they'll be doing again this year, where they will have the mayor of Glen Cove come, the firemen, and also Santa. And it's a great way because the Mansion's very big on preserving the legacy of the Pratts, who are big philanthropists and big on education. So they will continue that endeavor to, be proud members of community giving.
And the arts.
And the
Pratts
arts,
love the
absolutely,
arts.
absolutely.
Okay, and the other location that we wanted to feature today is the Notary Hotel. Now, I
Yes.
have not been to the Notary, so enlighten me on that.
Absolutely. So now let's go to Philly, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So Pennsylvania. And the Notary Hotel is part of the Autograph Collection of Hotels by Marriott Bonvoy. So what is the Autograph Collection of Hotels? So it is a portfolio of curated hotels with historic and cultural charm, and I love that about that. The motto of the hotel is where history meets modern. So right off the bat, when you walk in those double doors, you will feel like you're part of the history in the making. So a little bit about the Notary Hotel. It is centrally located in Philly. You're very close in proximity to City Hall. You're within walking distances to iconic landmarks. So for example, Liberty Bell, Independence Hall, and also Reading Terminal Market. So I don't know about you, Donna, but I need a Philly cheesesteak every time I'm in Philly. So.
Indeed. And the Philly, when you talk about the market, right?
Yes.
It's a farmer's market where you can go
Absolutely.
in and you can have all these different types of cuisine. right?
Absolutely.
And it's near the Notary Hotel.
Right, within walking distance.
And do they have
Yes.
fun events coming up?
Yes, they do. So if you are a sports fan, 2026 is a big year for Philly. They're one of the host cities for the FIFA World Cup and for the MLB All-Star Game. And get this, Donna, so next year we'll be celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence.
My goodness,
So that
wow.
we call it the quincentennial celebration for historic events.
So
it'll
if
be a
they
big one.
want to stay at the Notary, they need to make the reservations.
Absolutely,
today.
yes, exactly.
Great.
Yes.
Jennifer, thank you so much. Bellini and Kors.
Yes, Bellini and Kors.
I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
the
much.
insight. And I want to learn more about your hidden gems because you know I love to travel. If you're like me and you're looking for those hidden gems, you want to check out Jennifer's site, belliniandkors.com. And thank you for watching. When you shower, if there's hair in the drain, this helps. With us now is a fabulous inventor. Her name is Sabrina, and we're going to be talking about her invention, Hair Can. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I love the conversation that we had. I think we talked for like 30 or 45 minutes or whatever, all about this fabulous invention of yours,
Yeah.
the purpose of it. You didn't start out becoming an inventor, right? You had another day gig. You have a day job, right? But something was so compelling that you just had to create this. Why? What was the purpose behind it for you?
Yeah, so this was something that I felt like I needed my entire life, right?
Okay.
So I thought of this idea in middle school and I just knew it needed to be a thing because there was really nothing out there on the market like it. So once I was in college, I finally had some resources and abilities to be able to make it happen because no middle schooler really has
not
that,
many,
right?
no.
So that's kind of how it started.
So it was an idea that you had, you kind of sketched it on a piece of paper years ago or just had this idea, and then you brought it forth. What is Hair Can?
Yeah, so Hair Can is a trash can for your stray hair in the shower.
Okay.
So I don't know about you, but I lose a lot of hair when I shower. And do you have any sisters, Donna?
Well, I don't have biological sisters, but
Okay.
I have a tribe of girlfriends,
Yeah.
and we're all sisters.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you would go in after your sister and be like, ugh.
Yeah, I would go in there and she had curly hair and it'd just be stuck on the wall or in the drain. I also have a mother and my poor dad, you know, he's a girl dad and he's having to get on his hands and his knees and snaking out that thing every month. And I'm
Right.
like, there needs to be
better
something
way.
to solve that, right? Yeah.
And so how does it work?
Yes, so Hair Can works like this. So I actually
Okay.
have hair right here.
All right.
It is clean, so don't worry. And before I show how it works, before I show how it works, I just want to show the product and what its functions are. So
All right.
it is a multifunctional product. So not only is it going to grasp your hair, but it also you can also hold your razor in there and use it as a phone mount. So if you want to watch YouTube, Netflix, whatever it is, you can put it onto the Hair Can and hold your razor. So the way that it works is when you set this Hair Can up, you're going to have two mounting options. So you have 4 suction cups. So I recommend that if you have like a glass shower material or just that standard plastic material. And we also have a semi-permanent adhesive that I recommend using if you have a marble or tile shower surface because it's just stronger.
Right, exactly. You want it to bond.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're using the Hair Can, you simply stick it to your shower wall. And when you're washing your hair, it's going to get stuck on your hand, right? And I recommend wadding it up into a ball for best results. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it into the Hair Can. And as
There
you
you
can
go.
see, there's
It's
spikes
like
in
playing
there.
basketball.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the little Nerf hoops.
Yeah.
I just stick it in.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's how it
2
works.
points. Okay.
And
So
then-
now, and what's nice is on the bottom, it drains. So the water will drain out, so it's not going to get all like gross.
Right.
And so it's a hair can. Now, when you want to empty the hair can, show us how that happens.
Yeah, exactly. So when you're ready to clean your Hair Can, simply click the 2 buttons right here, and the inner can is going to come out of your outer can. Once you've done that, you can simply take out the spike pad like so, and it's just like cleaning your hairbrush. You can throw it away.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I'm thinking like so many people would want this. Like even people that are installing shower doors or plumbers or, you know, it's a beauty product line item.
Yeah.
Different ideas on ways that they can get into the hands of consumers.
Yeah.
Speaking of consumers, what have they thought about it? You know, the aesthetics of it. It's effortless. It's easy to use.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what has the feedback been?
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing, and it honestly like makes me get like emotional when I'm working my day job and I see these like 4 or 5 star reviews
Yay!
on the product because people are just absolutely loving it because there really is nothing like this on the market. That's why I made it, right? There was nothing that was smart and stylish and also multifunctional. So I decided to create it, and I've had absolutely amazing feedback, and I'm excited to keep scaling this thing and growing the business. So.
Also great for dorm rooms.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Sororities.
Right.
Yeah.
And it comes in different colors, which is also nice. So you can, it's aesthetically pleasing.
Yes.
And people can buy it where? By going to your website?
Yep, so it is
Okay.
available for purchase at shophaircan.com.
So if someone wants to follow your footsteps and they want to be an inventor, what are some bits of advice you'd like to share with them?
100%. I would say just taking action is huge, right? And everyone always wants to talk about, success comes from being delusional and just coming up with these ideas, but I think you really have to put action behind those words and just getting started and finding a way to find some money or resources to make it happen, because it does cost money to start a business. It's not easy, and just being able to persevere and be consistent and just never give up. So.
What was your first prototype like?
Oh my gosh,
Was
I should have brought it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's like this like green one. It was 3D printed. We went through probably 40 prototypes to get to the final one, and yeah, it's really come a long way. So. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. I thank you for coming all the way from Chicago to be on this show. So can you hand that over to me?
Of course.
Hair can. Oh, it's sturdy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's made really well.
Thank
I don't
you.
know what I was expecting, but I thought, yeah, wow.
I put a lot of time into it.
Congratulations. Trademarked and everything. Congratulations to you. So nice to have you here.
Yeah.
There you go, hair can. I think it should be in every single shower, everything, every single tub. Like I said, it's easy to install, right? It's 4 suction cups, and it comes with the adhesive if you need it. And there you go, hair can. Jeans. Nothing better than a great pair of jeans. It is time to live it up in life. That's right. I am Donna Drake, as you know, but with me now is Nicole. And Nicole brought one of my favorite comforts in life, jeans. Not just any jeans, ginger and dandelion jeans. They're her brand. And they're for people that are kind of shapely like me, a little curvy. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Donna. Thank you for having me.
So excited.
Me too.
So from the moment that I touched these, I just said, these are jeans. Do you know jeans fabric has a feel to it, a touch to it. What made you decide to start your own jean line?
So I grew up wearing jeans, loved wearing jeans every day of my life. And as time went on, I got all of these stomach issues and bloating issues, and I could no longer wear jeans. And I thought it was just me. And the more I spoke to different women who had Crohn's, colitis, perimenopause, celiac, whatever was making them bloat, they said they couldn't wear jeans either.
They were doing the sweatpant look.
Sweatpant look.
Or the
leggings.
pantsuits.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So they
and the
all,
longer t-shirts.
Right. And they all quit wearing jeans. So I wanted to start Ginger and Dandelion, a bloat-friendly jean company. But it was so important to me to find a designer who not only understood the problem we were trying to solve, but also experienced it herself.
Okay.
So I found this amazing woman in New York City. So we're working on it. I was the fit model for the jeans. So I would go in, wear the prototypes. I would go out for gluten-free pizza. I have celiac disease, so gluten-free pizza, make sure I didn't bloat, make sure they were still comfortable. They brought me through after baby. They were the most comfortable jeans after baby, and chasing my toddler. And so I wanted to make sure we put out the most comfortable jeans for women that we could possibly make.
Don't laugh at me, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
Yes, they're designed well, but I wanna just show the audience how well they're structured.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, the craftsmanship behind this,
Thank
right?
you.
Because I grew up sewing my school clothes with my grandmother when I was a kid. And I have to tell you, everything's finished.
Thank
and it's
you
done
so
in
much.
a really nice way. I was like, oh, well, let me just see if this feels.
I didn't know you were gonna check them out. I was so
I
happy.
didn't even know I was going to do it either. I do things spontaneously because you know what? The audience probably wants to know the same things I want to know. And I'm really inquisitive. And I'm like, okay, well, I get it that it's going to fit me nicer, but so this has a little stretch to it, so the waistband, the quality of the denim is really nice, and the stitching is cool. So they just don't look like, they're wearing,
Right.
those kind of jeans.
Right.
These are beautiful jeans.
That was the goal. The number one goal is comfort. The number two goal is they had to be jeans.
Yeah.
They're not jeggings or anything like that. They're true
These
jeans.
are fabulous,
Thank
Ginger
you.
and Dandelion, Nicole.
Thank you.
So what has the response been from all your friends?
So it's been very, very cool. I mean, I get handwritten letters from customers. I mean, who does that? And I understand where they're coming from because they changed my life too. But
Yeah.
people are like, they're the only jeans in my closet. I love them. Make more, please. And it's
Yes.
been really, really awesome.
Okay, so you have like a light wash,
Yes.
traditional jean color, and the black.
Yes, so
Okay.
so that's our girlfriend fit jean in a light wash. What you have right now, that's been sold out and we're restocking in November. So that's our slim jean. It's a modern take on the skinny jean.
Right.
And then we have it in black as well, the slim jean right there.
With tummy technology.
With tummy technology.
Fabulous. Absolutely wonderful. So if somebody has curves like me, there's a fit, a jean for them.
Yeah, they're
and even if you
apple-shaped
don't, though.
ladies.
So even if you don't, if you just have a flat stomach, bless you, you could still wear them because it's not like it's got like this extra weird panel or anything. It's just the technology.
Right. There's a gentle smoothing panel, but it's no compression. It's comfortable. And yeah, they're for apple-shaped ladies.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now I think you need I think we have to like write a song or something. I think Ginger and Dandelion needs its own like little.
A blues jam.
A blues kind of jam kind of. Yeah, absolutely. Jingle kind of thing going
love
on
it.
right now. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you
It is
so much.
sincerely a pleasure. And right after this, what am I going to do? I'm going to what? I'm gonna
Try
the
on
pair
jeans. I have a pair for you.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go try on jeans. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be talking about fungus. I know it sounds kind of funky, but we have a solution. And with us now is Yvette. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm great.
I learned a lot just in the little visit that we were having. So you're an anesthesiologist, and you're in Maryland, but you're someone that grew up with a skin condition that a lot of people don't really know what it is or how to
Correct.
treat it. But you took some time away from your busy job to figure it out. Okay, so you started a company called Complexion Rescue. What type of fungus are we talking about? What is it that you have that you found a solution for?
Right, so the fungus is actually a yeast. It's called Malassezia. It actually lives on all of our skin, and it's mostly harmless. However, for people who have oily skin, it feeds the fungus and the fungus overgrows. Once it overgrows, then it becomes unbalanced on the skin, and then it becomes quote unquote harmful to the skin, and it creates these conditions.
So it's different than a yeast infection for female or even male. Sometimes if you get yeast infection, it's a different type of yeast, right?
Correct.
But it feeds off of oil.
It feeds off of oil. It cannot make its own oil, and so it looks for sources of oil either from our own skin or for the products that we use.
Interesting. So like a tick that drinks blood, right? This particular fungus drinks the oil.
Correct.
Okay. How did you figure out a way to lessen the symptoms of what that fungus can do?
So it took a little bit of research and literature search and trial and error, actually,
Okay.
and to figure out which oils and what products have those oils, and also how to control my own oil production in order to get the thing under control.
So you were young and you had acne. And so you were doing like topical creams and things like that because you just thought it was traditional acne.
Yes.
What test or how did you self-diagnose that made you realize that maybe it was different than others?
Just trial and error with how products were affecting my skin, and just some literature search for images of people that looked like me and had those same lesions that I had.
Okay. So are they like little pus pockets? Are they different from your face to your chest to your back? Like, do they appear differently, or are they always kind of a similar look?
Right. So the Malassezia can take on different forms depending on each individual.
Okay.
3 major forms that it takes on. Actually, there are 4, one of which is dandruff. Most of us are familiar with that. That affects the scalp. It's flaky and itchy. But for the skin, it can have 3 forms. It can have tiny little bumps that look like whiteheads. For some people, they're itchy. For most people, they're not itchy. It can also itself, once it overgrows, form colonies that become visible to the naked eye, and that looks like hyperpigmentation.
Really?
So that's often misdiagnosed as a disorder of the melanocytes, but it's actually the fungus colonies that are appearing hyperpigmented.
My
And
goodness.
the third way that it can affect you is that once the colonies form, they give off azelaic acid, which also lightens the skin. And so that combination can create hyperpigmentation, hypopigmentation, overall uneven skin tone.
My goodness. So you just like, as if being an anesthesiologist for you just wasn't enough. I understand that sometimes when we are challenged with something and we want to just research because we know there's going to be an answer, that's what you did. What has the response been from people that are triggered by that type of skin disorder and you're able to help them?
Yeah, it's amazing. Some people are surprised at how quickly their skin turns around. So I have a friend who has a 6-year-old son, and so it affects people of all ages. And the 6-year-old son of hers had what is called tinea versicolor. It's just a medical term for tinea, which is like fungus name, and versicolor meaning multiple colors on the skin.
Okay.
He actually had hypopigmentation, and it's aggravated by sweat and oil and sun, and he's outside a lot playing. And he tried the product, and he had tried many other things without relief. And within a week of using that, his skin was completely clear.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful for him, especially when you're young and, children sometimes can be cruel. Adults can be cruel too.
For sure.
but when you're living with something like that and your appearance is important,
Absolutely.
It's nice that these are effective. So tell us what your product line is. What do you have?
So what I have is a complete product line. What I discovered during my literature search, there is a site that I use that vets the ingredients of all of the products to determine whether or not they aggravate the Malassezia, meaning whether or not they have ingredients that supply the oils, the fatty acid and esters that make the Malassezia grow.
Okay.
So plugging all of those ingredients in, I came up with products that I could use and some products that I couldn't use. And what I discovered is there's no one skincare line that has a complete fungal acne safe line. So you can use some products from one company, some products from another company, and that's very frustrating. It's also frustrating to stand in the cosmetic store and plug in ingredients into a website to see if you can purchase that product. So I decided to create a one-stop shop so that you can have everything from skincare that would be fungal acne safe.
And if you just have acne, but it's not fungal acne, do these products also help that at all, or no? Is it
It's
only
specific
for the fungus?
Malassezia.
Okay.
The other forms of acne,
Malassezia.
Malassezia.
I'm saying it better now, right?
Yeah, correct. The other forms of acne are caused by bacteria, so this is
Okay.
not antibacterial.
Oh,
this is
bacterial.
antifungal.
Okay, which is almost kind of like pneumonia. There's different types of pneumonia.
That's
There's
right.
different types of everything. One's
Exactly.
bacterial, one's fungal, and you're like, what?
That's
Which one do I
exactly right.
have? How do you know?
And interestingly enough, products that are formulated to treat antibacterial can aggravate the fungus.
So it's important to know which
So
one
it's
you
important to know which one you have.
have. Amazing, absolutely amazing. So it's created in Maryland also? Is that where
Correct.
you're
Well,
creating
it's
some of the products,
formulated
or
in Indiana.
formulated? Okay.
I have a partnership with a company in Indiana.
Lovely.
But yes, I've formulated it and tested it personally.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yvette, it's so nice to meet you. It's nice to have someone like you that has a personal story behind their brand, right? Like you are the reason. You're like, I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to figure out a solution, and you did. And these products, is it like one-time topical, or how do you
Yes,
use them?
so the cleanser you would use daily.
Okay.
And it's gentle enough to use every day. The toner helps remove the deep oil in your skin. That's the oil that's left behind that you don't see with the naked eye, but the fungus is still eating it and still
Wow.
growing. And then I have some other products here, like this healing serum. So it contains products that help control the fungus itself, not just the oil. And then a moisturizer, because most of us with oily skin are the people that suffer from this, and most people with oily skin do not think they need a moisturizer. But we all do need moisturizer, and without using moisturizer, then your skin produces more oil. So it's very important to use a moisturizer, but a specific moisturizer that doesn't contain products that will aggravate the fungus.
And feed the fungus. So we're just like not feeding the fungus.
We're
is
not.
what
We're
doing.
going to starve the
Yeah.
fungus until it behaves.
love
It
it.
doesn't go away because it's on all of our skin, but we can control how it grows and what form it presents in.
Complexion Rescue.
Correct.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm always learning new things when I have guests on the show. I hope that you learn something new, but more importantly, if this is a solution that you need, check it out. Thanks for watching. Up next, a children's book author. With us once again is our wonderful correspondent, Ally Melendez. And Ally, who do we have with us today?
Okay, I'm so excited about our guest today, Brittney Traudt. She has all these amazing books and more on the way, but let's talk about these because I'm in love with the story behind them, how you got into them, and just your whole messaging and the idea behind the main character, Shelly. So tell us first how you got the idea to even become, a children's book author.
Yeah, so I've always been a writer ever since I was very young. And when I turned 20, I made a goal that I wanted to go somewhere new every year, and I would blog about these travels and write every day on my blog. And when I was thinking about what books I wanted to write, I was kind of thinking I wanted it to be educational, I wanted it to be fun, I wanted it to be related to travel. And I thought, why not take trips that I've been on and blogs that I have written and make them into a children's book series that could be fun, adventurous, and educational all at the same time.
Sounds a lot like Ally, because Ally, so Ally went on a global tour for her honeymoon, right? And you also love to travel, correct?
Totally.
Okay. So I was like, oh, you guys have a lot in common, and love the book earrings. So when you decided to start, right, what was the first step you took as an entrepreneur and as a book author?
Yeah, I think the hardest part is always just starting, getting the story from your mind out onto paper. So for me, it was just getting that first story together. I knew I wanted it to be two best friends who travel and go to all these different places. And I thought, what better place to meet lifelong friends than summer camp? So that's kind of where I started the book series.
I just want to say that in and of itself, it's such a strong message for children, right? Just getting started, right? Just don't wait for this perfect time. The perfect time doesn't exist. If you have a passion and a desire to do something and get something out in the world, just do it. So you even starting this and getting it out there is such a huge step, such a motivational, thing for kids to look up to. And then the stories themselves are so empowering. Like, I went to Arizona, but I want to go with Shelly. And I have so many questions about it. So I know this is the latest one in the series.
Correct.
And you worked with Miss Navajo Nation to really make sure that everything was correct culturally. Can you talk about that experience?
Yeah, of course. So I always do a lot of extensive research when it comes to my books, making sure that it's accurate, informative, correct. And when I found out that Navajo Nation was in Arizona, I thought that would be an amazing part to add into the book. And I did a little bit more research into that, and they actually do an annual pageant for Miss Navajo Nation. And I was able to schedule an interview with Miss Navajo Nation herself, sent her my manuscript, had her take a look over it. I wanted to make sure that anything she felt was super important to her and her culture was represented in there, and anything that maybe I was misrepresenting was not in there or was corrected. Straight from the source, from somebody who wants that information to be out there and spread the word, because I don't think it's something that is as common that people know about.
Yeah, I believe you're right. So as a future mom, right, why are books important, Ally? Why do you feel like what Brittney is bringing forth is so important to you?
Well, I have to give credit to my mom, right? Who who we love. She was a second grade teacher for 36 years, I was telling you before in the green room, and her love for education and reading really rubbed off on me. So I feel like I have every single kid's book memorized and I own it, and I can't wait to pass that down to my son and my future children. But there's just something so special about certain books. Like, every book is special, but certain books you keep wanting to come back to. Certain books have these messages that really stick with you more so than others, and you give kids an opportunity to travel, to learn, to grow, and to draw. Can we talk about how Shelly's outfits are actually drawn by kids who submit their drawings, and I love that. I would have been so into that as a kid.
Yeah, I wanted a way for kids to be able to get involved, and I think it would be so awesome to have them do a drawing and see it represented in a book. And so when I did the Massachusetts book, I kind of incorporated Design Shelly's Next Outfit. So kids can print out this coloring sheet, design her outfit, submit it, and then when I go to write a new book, I go through all my submissions and pick whichever one I think fits the story the best. And I did that with Massachusetts and with the Arizona book. So both were drawn by 6 and 7-year-olds.
Incredible. And can we open that one just to show
Yeah,
the
of
drawing?
course.
I love it. So you have such an amazing illustrator too that you found, that you work with. And look at the drawing that the child submitted.
Yes.
And then turn to the cover to see what it turned into. Exactly. So they did such a great job bringing it to life. And I, again, would have been so into that creative aspect as a kid. You really give so many opportunities for them to get involved. And I think that's why your books are so special.
And this was drawn by Noelle O'Connor.
Yes,
So
from
and
Connecticut.
she's seven years old, and she designed Shelly's outfit for this.
Love it. So
Lovely,
cute.
really, really great.
What's your vision for the next one?
So I do kind of do my Shelly series inspired by trips that I've taken. So hopefully she will be going somewhere in New England. There's a little sneak peek at the end of the Arizona book where her and Coco are snowboarding. So that is like a little hint for you. Hopefully she'll be getting into that sometime soon.
That's wonderful. Yeah, congratulations. So Shelly and Coco.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you think about your upbringing and your favorite teachers, is there someone that you just absolutely adored?
Oh, I had so many great teachers, to be honest. My teachers, my coaches, so many inspirational people. My 5th grade teacher really inspired me. My 4th grade teacher actually is kind of what inspired my writing passion from the beginning. When we were in 4th grade, we had projects where we would write our own stories, and they used to get these little blank board books, and you could draw right on the pages, draw right on the cover. So somewhere in my old school stuff, I have the very, very first book that I ever wrote, and that was just something so special that I hold very dear to my heart. Unfortunately, that teacher has since passed on, but Mr. Sershin, he was amazing and inspired so many great things, especially that book. So when my Shelly Goes to Summer Camp first came out, I sent him a copy and let him know that his teachings and all of the work that he did for so many kids throughout his career really created something special.
Well, we're very excited to have you here, Brittney. Sincerely, we shine a light on you and for future generations. And yeah, like Shelly goes everywhere. Shelly goes right to our heart. That's where Shelly goes.
And it's
Thank
okay
you.
to be you, even if you're not like Shelly.
That is
Yes,
true. And it's
that is
okay
true.
to be you.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah, you've got great books. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
joining us,
much.
Ally, right?
Yeah, thanks,
Yes.
Brittney. We appreciate it. We're so
Yes.
excited to pass these to the next generation.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Stay tuned for more. And we want to hear what you think about this book. And if you also have a book idea or you want to draw the outfit for the next Shelly, go to the website to learn more. This is Donna Drake. Happy journeys.
Take my hand, come with me, and we'll find better ways to be something much more. Live it up, live it up, live it up now. Live it up now.
Thanks for watching Live It Up. You can visit us at liveituptvshow.com.